Second year of this 12-team single elimination format in the Big 12. We're down to two. The 2-seed West Virginia, the 1-seed Kansas here in Surprise, Arizona for all the marbles. West Virginia's starting lineup. It's what we have seen the last few days here in Surprise. No surprise, Matt Einish leading it off. We talked about Gavin Kelly. Sean Smith, the cleanup hitter. Nobody hotter in this tournament right now. He's had back-to-back 3-for-4 games.
Yeah, and Clay, the depth of this West Virginia lineup really stands out. They can start offense anywhere in this batting order.
They're going to be facing Matisse Neyrolle, 6'5" junior from France. 4 wins on the year, ERA a touch under 5, making his 16th start. So he's been very durable, and this is his second start against West Virginia in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was an outstanding starter at Cochise College down in Douglas, Arizona. The great Todd Engelhart, the head coach down there, and Neyrolle, like a lot of the Kansas players, the success in junior college is translated. It's a good fastball. It's outstanding fastball command, and the changeup is the go-to out pitch.
West Virginia hasn't won a conference tournament since 1996 when they were in the Big East. They won 4 in the Atlantic 10 before that. Third Big 12 finals for the Mountaineers. And Kansas under Dan Fitzgerald trying to win the Big 12 tournament for the first time since 2006. The only time Kansas has won it. Dan Fitzgerald, the coach of the year for the 2nd straight season, and Steve Sabins, his counterpart, led West Virginia in his first year to a super region.
Yeah, 2 of the great young coaches, not just in this league, but in America for college baseball. Really well-run programs.
It's hot, but honestly, it's cooler than we thought it would be, and it's been a very pleasant week. Unseasonably cool here in the Valley over the last several days, and we've enjoyed Surprise Stadium. And we're ready to go in the Big 12 title game. First pitch from Neyrolle is in there for strike 1 to Matt Einish. Einish 1 for 8 this week. He was 0 for 4 last night, but he's reached in 13 straight games. Happy birthday to Matt Einish. Hoping to celebrate with a Big 12 title. Kind of fun to be playing in a big-time, high-leverage game like this on your birthday.
How about that?
307, 4 homers, 35 runs batted in for the shortstop. Check swing. Didn't mean to. LeBlanc will throw across for the first out. Einish tried to hold up and couldn't. LeBlanc anchors a very good Kansas infield. Schlotterbeck's at third, Baldridge at second, Dykhoff is at first. Flowers, Owens, and Bach from left to right. Augie Moon-Garrieta is the battery mate for Neyrolle.
He's a treat, Clay. From Venezuela, junior college transfer, plays with great life and energy, and is an excellent player.
Junior college transfers abound on this Kansas roster. The aforementioned Gavin Kelly, 2 for 8 in the tournament. Hit a first-inning home run against K-State on Thursday. Kind of ignited the offense a couple of nights ago. We've talked about his amazing sophomore season. First team all Big 12 as a catcher, and he also plays some middle infield. 1 strike.
Also, Clay, if I might add, first team all cool team. I mean, Gavin Kelly looks the part. Very confident, plays very aggressively, and can do anything, show you any tool on a baseball field.
381, 13 homers, 48 runs batted in. Matisse Neyrolle winds and fires. That's upstairs. Kelly had a big series in that sweep of Kansas a couple of weeks ago. Went 5 for 14 with a couple of homers and drove in 3. That was a very loud sweep, not just in the Big 12, but across the country.
No doubt. A series of the year in the league by a wide margin.
Ooh, that rides in and hits him. Gavin Kelly trying to shake it off. He's worried about that hand or wrist. And West Virginia is going to have its first base runner of this championship. Not the way they wanted to, though. You don't want to get the star nicked up right away.
Yeah, Gavin Kelly, a really tough kid. So, oh boy, gonna have to keep an eye on that. That is not good.
You talked about the cool factor with Kelly. He's also tough.
He's smiling, but hands and fingers, Clay, in baseball, not good.
You know, you see that top of the hand getting hit by a baseball, and you always cringe. Brady Ballinger, the star player for Kansas, All-American outfielder, he's out of this tournament because of a hamate bone injury. They're hoping to get him back soon, but anytime you see a ball like that on the top of the hand, you just hope that it's not that.
Amen. Very scary.
Now here's Schoenfeld. Paul Schoenfeld, the center fielder for West Virginia. 1 for 7 with a double so far this week in Surprise. Throw over to first. Diving back is Kelly. And with West Virginia, they're going to run on you. They have Guzman, who leads the Big 12 in stolen bases. Schoenfeld, who's at the plate, has 21 steals on the year. Tyrus Hall's in double digits in steals. They have guys up and down the lineup who can take a base on. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Paul Schoenfeld, second team all-conference, has played in all 53 games this year. Kelly back again to first base. West Virginia outscored Kansas 22-5 in those 3 games a couple of weeks ago. Trying to get on the board here early. One ball and 2 strikes to Schoenfeld.
West Virginia gets traffic. They really wear on the pitcher. You got to worry about the running game. It's a very deep lineup. They really work over pitchers.
Line drive into right field base hit. Kelly around second. He will glide into third. Ball skips away from LeBlanc momentarily. He gathers it up. Ringing single for Schoenfeld. And the Mountaineers are in business here in the first inning with 1 out. And Sean Smith, who's red hot, coming to the plate.
Might have been a changeup that just hung up a little bit, and Schoenfeld has been a real find for West Virginia. I'm not sure when they recruited him they were thinking 3-hole, but he has been outstanding and played a great center field.
And so now he's aboard, and we talked about his speed. He's 5th in the conference in steals. We'll see how aggressive Steve Sabins is here right out of the gate. As Sean Smith comes up, 6 for 8 the last 2 games. Nayrol's pitch almost goes to the backstop. Moon Garrietta had to get on a ladder to keep that one from scoring a run.
Clay, I wonder if someone will take a trip out to the mound. Nayrol looks a little unsettled. For a guy that has great command, that just came out of his hand, oddly.
Matisse Nayrol spent the last couple of years pitching in Arizona at Cochise College. Blows one past Smith. That was an aggressive cut by the DH. 7 of Smith's 8 home runs this year have come in conference play. A little bit of a breeze blowing out to left. Another one that Moon Garrietta has to be athletic to keep from getting past him. And it's 2-1. West Virginia has had a really good tournament so far with runners in scoring position. Kelly at third, Schoenfeld at first. Ground ball to short. LeBlanc to second for one. Double play. And Matisse Neyroll, the big Frenchman, works out of trouble here in the first. And the regular season champs are coming to the plate for the first time here in the title game.
This is who Kansas wants handling the baseball, Tyson LeBlanc. What a great start. Crisp double play. We are off and running at the Big 12 title game.
The Mountaineers threatened, do not score in the first inning, and now Kansas coming up for the first time in this championship here in the Big 12. Tyson LeBlanc, who we've talked at length about, first team all Big 12, will lead it off for Dan Fitzgerald and company. Another Tyson in the 2 spot, Tyson Owens, Baldridge and Dykhoff before Augie Moongarieta. He's had a really good Big 12 tournament. We've already seen him flashing leather in the field behind the plate. 4 for 9 with a home run.
Yeah, it saved a run in just the top of the first on that ball that Neyroll almost airmailed. Again, very like West Virginia, very deep lineup.
Tyson LeBlanc leads the Jayhawks in all the Triple Crown categories, including homers. Got his 21st last night on a grand slam against Oklahoma State. And he's going to be facing Ian Korn to start his night. Korn making his 3rd start of the year. He's been a very good reliever. 55 strikeouts in 57 innings, just 8 walks all year. This is his 2nd appearance of the tournament, 1st start.
Yeah, and they trust Ian Korn in any role. It did a little bit of everything in his Division II career. Fastball's up to 95, and he can really spin it, but it's strike, strike, strike.
And right on cue. West Virginia has the best team ERA in the Big 12. 3.85 coming into the night, top 10 in the country. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Max Yale, pitcher of the year in this league. Their Friday night ace. Ian Korn has been a big piece of the bullpen. Tyson LeBlanc, 2 for 4 with a homer against Baylor. 3 for 4 with RBI double and that grand slam against Oklahoma State. So red hot coming into this championship. Chops it to short. That's where Einish plays. And Einish throws it across to Armani Guzman for the first out. West Virginia's defense has been outstanding all year. First in the Big 12 with a .981 fielding percentage.
It is. They're very athletic. Even their corner players. Guzman at first base is a center fielder when he's not playing first base. So they're athletic. They're short-handed, and that's been a big part of their winning formula.
One out for Tyson Owens. Sophomore from Las Vegas playing center field again tonight. Another product of Cochise College here in Arizona. He blasted his 13th home run of the year Thursday. Went back-to-back with LeBlanc in that game. Kansas, the Big 12 regular season champs, 22 wins. And this is hit high and deep. Right field, carrying, going back is Wills. Watches it go. Goodbye, home run. Tyson Owens with a mortar shot to right. Hit about as high as it was far. Number 14 on the year, Kansas has taken the early lead.
Tyson Owens, Clay, has really emerged in this lineup. I'm not sure in the preseason they thought this was going to be a middle of the order guy, but you said the 14 home runs, switch hitter, and one thing we know about Ian Korn, he's much better against right-handed hitters, almost 300 OPS points, than he is against lefties because he can really spin it.
First pitch swinging, Kate Baldridge. The shift is on, and he is thrown out by Einish. Tyson Owens wasn't really having all that great of a tournament. 1 for 9 with 5 strikeouts. Didn't miss this one.
I think it's going to be a cutter that sits up. Yep. Yeah, that's the cutter that doesn't get in on the lefty's hands.
And now Josh Dykoff, 1 for 9 in the tournament as well. How about that bling?
Clay, that would look amazing on you.
I'd have to hit a home run first.
I feel like you're the Kirko Chains of the broadcasting world. Is that
okay?
Fair assessment?
Sure. I'm out of eligibility, so I have no chance to get that around my neck tonight. Hot shot to first. Guzman there. And he'll win the race to the bag. Josh Dykoff, the big first baseman, is out. The inning is over, but Tyson Owens making a splash here in the first inning. The Jayhawks will be playing with the lead. West Virginia on the cusp of the program's 17th national tournament berth, 6th in the last 10 years. A projected host with an RPI of 15, Mike Rooney.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great resume. 8-4 versus Quad 1 is an enormous winning percentage. 21 wins in the Big 12 and 9th out of 308 teams in the Diamond Sports rankings, which is our predictive metric. To me, West Virginia, this is a rock-solid resume to host.
That RPI has gone up a few points here this week, while the team has been playing in Surprise, Arizona. The last time West Virginia hosted a regional, 2019. And the Mountaineers fans would love to see one back in that part of the country.
Amen.
Matthew Gravelin leading it off, followed by Armani Guzman and Brody Kresser. 5, 6, and 7 here in the second inning. Mountaineers trailing by a run thanks to a solo home run by Tyson Owens for the Jayhawks in the first inning. We'll see how Matisse Nayrol rolls now, as he had some traffic on the bases behind him in the first inning, but thanks to a double play got out of the gym. Swing and a miss by Gravelin, who's 2 for 7 at the plate this week. And Mike, I think he has played excellent defensively in left field.
Yeah, he's not just some catcher they stuck out there. He's really athletic, and to your point, Clay, the routes, the body control out there have been exceptional.
Hits it high and deep, but it's going to stay in the ballpark in front of the warning track. There is Owens to make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Guzman. Armani Guzman 3 for 7 in the tournament with a couple of runs batted in. Has blazing speed, leads the Big 12 with 30 stolen bases, hit .340 in league play this season. And he has just been a treat to watch here the last couple of days.
It's interesting, Clay. Guzman is a center fielder who plays first base. So the impact of that is, think about your bunting game. I mean, it's like having a mongoose on the field when you try to get a bunt down. His defense has been exceptional this week.
1 strike pitch, fouled straight back. Guzman had a huge series at Kansas. Went 5 for 11 in those 3 games. Nayrol looking for his first strikeout. Matisse Nayrol lasted 4 2/3 innings against West Virginia on May the 10th. Gave up 3 runs, just 1 was earned. 7 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ended up taking the loss in that 13-2 blowout in 8 innings. That's the thing, you know, you look at the numbers and actually didn't pitch that badly, pitched well into the 5th inning.
Yeah, I think the results of that series, Clay, are a little deceiving. These teams are much more evenly matched than the score differential, and the fact that West Virginia swept Kansas and Lawrence. I think they're more evenly matched than that. That said, Clay, West Virginia, as you mentioned, a team that has won back-to-back regionals, 2 years in a row going to supers. This team feels better. Like this roster feels more balanced and more talented than those other 2 teams.
I think a lot of people would agree with you. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Guzman. Nayrol's offering. Another foul ball. Guzman has struggled this year against righties, just .231. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. 2-2. What a battle.
It is interesting, Clay. Like, I think for Armani Guzman, you know, he's having a solid year, 791 OPS, but the problem is the standard he set in the Clemson Regional last year, where he was the most outstanding player, is a big standard.
Welcome to Surprise, Arizona, the Big 12 championship game. The 2-seed West Virginia, the host of regional next week. Yeah,
which is one of the most prestigious prizes that you could have coming out of our regular season in college baseball is, did you win your league crown, and are you going to host the first round of the NCAA tournament?
1-0 Kansas on a first inning home run by Tyson Owens off Ian Korn, the starter for West Virginia. Mountaineers have a runner on. It's Armani Guzman, and Brody Kresser is at the plate. Mountaineers second baseman. 1 out here in the inning. Matisse Nayrol, 6'5" junior from France, making his 16th start and his second against West Virginia in less than 2 weeks.
And Clay, here we go again. You know, Nayrol, it's a good fastball, 92 to 94, and he's got good command of it. He's got a nice changeup. But against West Virginia, you're always playing 1-on-2. They got the base runner torturing you and a very competent hitter.
30 stolen bases for Guzman. That leads the Big 12. They're going to keep a close eye on him. This is what a lot of people were hoping for. The 2 best teams during the regular season facing off here in the Big 12 championship game. Kansas hasn't won a Big 12 tournament title in 20 years. West Virginia has never won one. The 0-1 to Kresser. Gets away from Mungarieta, and on to second base goes Guzman. Once that ball gets away by about a foot, there's no chance to get Guzman.
Yeah, I wonder if Augie got caught peeking there, because West Virginia's base running game gives you a lot to think about. Yeah, he just clanked it. Very unusual for him.
So Guzman's at second base. He struck out, but a wild pitch allowed him to take first, and now he's at second after the pass ball. Kresser takes high, 2-1. Brody Kresser 3 for 7 with a couple of runs batted in during the tournament. This is his 3rd season with the Mountaineers. strike 2-2. Kresser is a JUCO transfer from Des Moines Area Community College. And that's where Kansas head coach Dan Fitzgerald was a coach once upon a time.
DMAC, as they call it. Go Bears.
Great junior college players in this game, including Nayrol. His 2-2 pitch, ground ball, softly hit. This is going to be a tough play in time to get Kresser. Over to third goes Guzman. If you're just joining us on ESPN2, this is the difference in the game. Bottom of the first inning, 1 out, Tyson Owens at the plate.
Elevated cutter, Clay, and Owens is all over it, just didn't get quite in on his hands. And it's something to track. Ian Corn, the West Virginia starter, has had much more success against right-handed hitters than left.
Tyson Owens with his 14th home run of the year. Sophomore from Las Vegas. This is Brock Wills now. Batting in the 8 hole for West Virginia, playing right field. 1 for 5 with a run batted in this week. Transfer from UNC Wilmington, who has speed to burn. West Virginia outscored Kansas 22-5 in the 3 games in Lawrence a couple of weeks ago. Trying to get on the board here for the first time. It's upstairs. The pitcher of the year for West Virginia, Max Yale, the complete game win, 4-1 in game 1. West Virginia scored 3 in the final 2 innings to win 5-2 in game 2, and then just poured it on in the series finale. 13 runs, 13 hits in an 8-inning blowout. So Kansas is trying to get payback here in the conference title game. That's upstairs. 3-1.
I tell you, Clay, West Virginia checks a lot of boxes that you like in the postseason. They've got a superstar, they've got an old team and a deep lineup, they've got a deep rotation, and they've also got a very veteran bullpen. So really there's not one hole for West Virginia.
There's Guzman at third. 3-1 pitch. In on the hands. Fisted foul by Brock Wills. West Virginia, the RPI has gone up a few spots here in the last couple of days while they've been playing in Arizona. It's now at 15 and firmly appear to be a host school right now.
No doubt in my mind.
Matisse Nayrol, long set, payoff pitch. And I'll say this about West Virginia, first time through the order. The 9-hole hitter Tyrus Hall is on deck. They have made Nayrol throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, they sure have. You know, again, this lineup is they're very complimentary, and then you've got that superstar Gavin Kelly in the 2-hole, who could be the first pick in next year's draft.
22 pitches this inning for Nayrol. Another one popped up, foul ground. Will it stay in play? It will not.
To your point, Clay, too, if you're Nayrol, you're desperate to settle into this game, but in the first 2 innings, he's had to do a little Houdini act to just get himself in the dugout. So far in this game, it feels like the West Virginia offense is winning the war of attrition.
Pitch number 8 of this at bat for Wills. Upstairs. Ball 4, runners at the corners and 2 down for the Mountaineers.
I think it's time for a visit, Clay. Although, you know, Nayrol is a veteran. Maybe they just prefer to let him figure it out. Dan Fitzgerald asking Augie, as catcher, where was that pitch? It was up. It was above the strike zone.
So that's the first walk allowed by Nayrol. He did hit a batter in the first inning, Gavin Kelly, on the hand. And that was concerning for the Mountaineers. But he stayed in the game. Tyrus Hall at the plate now. He swings at the first pitch and launches it foul. Tyrus Hall, big Canadian third baseman, is the shortstop for the Canadian national team. Junior from Victoria. 2 for 7 with a run batted in this week. 1-0 Kansas. 2 on, 2 outs for West Virginia. And that's a strike on the outside corner.
This is a big spot, Clay. If you're Naroll, you really need something to change this mojo. It's been pretty stressful through 1 2/3.
Matisse Naroll didn't start playing baseball in France until he was almost 12 years old. And here he is in the Big 12 championship game, getting a huge start for the Kansas Jayhawks. The 0-2 pitch struck him out, and Naroll, for the 2nd inning in a row, gets out of a jam. We played 1.5 here in Surprise. 1-0 KU. Another historic season for the Kansas Jayhawks baseball program. RPI sitting at 19. They are projected to be a host next week. This will be the program's 7th NCAA tournament only, and 2nd in a row. What do you like about Kansas?
Yeah, I mean, a lock to host for me, Clay. 22 Big 12 wins is a massive number. League champs, 10-6. Huge winning percentage against Quad 1 teams. The DSR is 11th. They were 27-3 in a stretch in the middle of the season, won 27 of 30. This is just what an incredible year the Jayhawks have had.
Catcher Augie Mungarieta is leading it off for KU. As West Virginia has been able to get runners on, runner to 3rd both innings, but nothing on the board yet. Kansas with a home run from Tyson Owens in the 1st inning. Now here in the 2nd, it's 5, 6, and 7. Bach and Schlotterback will also hit. Mungarieta through the hole on the right side, base knock. That is his 3rd hit of the tournament. Well, Monday, catch some afternoon Major League Baseball on ESPN. The Yankees head to Kansas City to take on the Royals. We'll have it for you at 3:30 Eastern Time. Always love some day baseball. Surprise Stadium here in Arizona, the spring training home for the Royals, also the Texas Rangers. First year in this venue for the Big 12 championship. They've been great hosts. And the weather has been very good. This is Jordan Bach launching one to left. And hanging with it there, Matthew Gravlin makes the catch. So there's one away.
Clay, it's a big league spring training park, which means it's a massive outfield. The Arizona, we have very high skies. Balls in the air have been a little challenging throughout the week. Keep an eye on that.
I think everyone we have talked to has said just really surprised at how cool it has been the last several days.
Yeah, that unusually cool.
Runner goes, swung on, down the line. Gravlin with a great sliding catch toward the line. He was hugging the line anyway. They're going to try to double up the runner, and they do. Mungarieta can't get back. It's a double play to end the inning. We talked about Matthew Gravlin's defense in left field, and here is another showcase.
I'm not sure, Clay, why Matthew Gravlin is positioned this far to pull, but goodness gracious, he knew something. What a catch, what a play. Armani Guzman was halfway to second base because everyone thought it was a hit. What defense from West Virginia. What a start.
We have seen some excellent defensive play by all the teams here this week. But that's one to remember as this game wears on.
Incredible. I'm blown away by that play, Clay.
Augie Mungarieta doubled off and still trying to figure out how that left fielder caught that ball. So Matt Einish to lead it off for West Virginia. 39 wins on the year, finished 1 game behind Kansas in the regular season. Einish hitting one high and deep to center. Goodbye, home run. Oh, he caught it at the wall. My bad. He did haul it in.
I'm with you, Clay. I thought he got it. Now, Einish is your consummate leadoff hitter, so it's not tremendous power, but I got to tell you, Clay, the ball is hopping here today.
Let's look at this again.
The way Owens was chasing it, it looked, he was, yeah.
It wasn't even that close. My apologies. And so this is Gavin Kelly with 1 out.
Gavin Kelly is fun, Clay. It's, you know, it's middle of the field, tremendous bat speed. I mean, he's almost hitting 400 with over 30 extra base hits, and he can run. Just an incredibly complete offensive player.
Hit by a pitch his first time up, and it was on the hand, so obviously some concern for Gavin Kelly after that hit by pitch, but good to see him staying in the ballgame.
Yeah. This type of athleticism catching, you know, the one comp that you've heard on Gavin Kelly is Buster Posey, and that is immense praise.
And he walked him. So Nayrol gives up a free pass to Kelly, the second time that Kelly has been on without a hit.
It's interesting, Clay. Nayrol has gotten 2 zeros, but it's been treacherous. He had a runner at third in each of the first 2 innings. Einish blasts the ball to center field to start this inning, and then I'd say a non-competitive walk to Gavin Kelly right there.
That brings up Paul Schoenfeld. 2 for 8 in the tournament. And a single his first time up, and this one is hit right to Dykhoff. He'll step on the bag for the double play to end the inning. So Matisse Nayrol has given up some lasers, but no runs so far. And the inning is over.
Clay, it's 3 shutout innings in the book, but the Kansas defense is taking good care of Matisse Nayrol. Well played ball game so far. We are off and running.
Diriel Osoria, designated hitter to lead it off. One for 7 the last couple of days for Osoria. Senior from the Bronx, second team All Big 12 last year, struggled a little bit at the plate this year. Still good power numbers. Seven home runs, 40 runs batted in. Kansas with a leadoff home run, or a first inning home run from Tyson Owens. That's the difference in this game. And that's a strike. Osoria threw the bat away. He's going to be called back. Thought it was ball 4.
Clay, even though both these teams are in really, you know, great, they're in pole position for the postseason, there is a real desperate nature to this game, and I love it.
Chopped it deep short. That's Einish. Low throw, dug out by Guzman. Nice play by this West Virginia defense for the first out.
Matt Einish threw a little bit of a cambio across the diamond there. You know, I think Einish profiles as an offensive second baseman at the next level, but yeah, just kind of let up, and outstanding pick by Guzman. Those are tricky.
So now the 9-hole hitter, Savion Flowers. 3 for 7. 3 runs batted in this week, including that game-winning walk-off homer in the 10th on Thursday against Baylor. First home run of the year, first as a Jayhawk, and it came in just his 13th at bat of the season.
Clay, that wasn't just a garden variety walk-off. Like, that was a huge save for Kansas. That would have been a gut punch loss for the Jayhawks. Up 7-1 in the 8th inning of that game and almost kicked it away. Baylor came screaming back. Flowers saves the day.
To center. Schoenfeld backing off. He'll make the catch for the second out. ESPN is the home of MLB.com TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLB TV. Clay Matvick, Mike Rooney back here in Surprise, Arizona for day 5 of the tournament. Championship game between West Virginia and Kansas, the top 2 teams from the regular season. West Virginia projected host next week. Kansas also right now projected in the field as a host. And that would be a first for KU. Never hosted a regional.
Both places, Clay, won't be just like cheeky little wonderful hosts. They're going to be raucous. Both Morgantown and Lawrence, if and when they get to host, it's going to be awesome.
Tyson LeBlanc grounded out to short his first time up. Transfer from LSU Eunice, one of the many JUCO treasures that Dan Fitzgerald has discovered. As he fouls it back. You know, draft stock is something we haven't talked a ton about with Tyson LeBlanc. You know, I would think that over the last week and over the last month, his draft stock is rising.
I would think, because he's a good athlete. In professional baseball, you could play him at short or second or center field, and the hit tool is stood out.
Line drive, left field, base hit. Base hit for Tyson LeBlanc with 2 down. So the Jayhawks have a 2-out base runner, and they'll bring up Owens, who hit the home run in the first inning.
LeBlanc does a great job here. Watch him stay back on this slider. The body kind of gets out there, but the bat stays back, and he's just so strong. Even without his lower half, he's able to blister that ball to left field to get his knock. I don't like this meeting at all, Clay. What is this?
Yeah, Ian Korn had retired 4 in a row and gives up a 2-out hit to LeBlanc, but they have a discussion.
Clay, what about? Are we mad about the 2? What did he? If I'm Ian Korn, I'm like, guys, we're good. What are we doing?
Just the second hit for Owens of the Big 12 tournament. It was a big one. Now 2 for 10. Ian Korn faced 9 batters Thursday against K-State, gave up 1 hit, struck out 5 over 2 2/3. So he was able to come back to make the start here tonight.
Yeah, Ian Korn has been, I got to believe Max Yale would be the MVP of the West Virginia pitching staff, because an ace is so valuable, but Ian Korn's right there. He's played a huge role for the Mountaineers.
Ball and a strike.
Change up, and that's not a go-to pitch for Korn. Of course, he can spin it so well. He's really good on righties, but that changeup right there, that's going to be an important pitch against the 3 left-handed hitters in the lineup for Kansas.
Korn relieved Max Yale, the Big 12 pitcher of the year, on Thursday against K-State. And coincidentally, they have the top 2 ERAs in the conference. Yale in that game took a no-hitter into the 6th. Facing West Virginia, just based on their starting position next weekend, is going to be a real challenge for the 3 teams in that region.
Yeah, they can play really any type of game. Max Yale, Clay, I mean, how cool is that? He's a reliever for 2 years. Then last year misses it with an arm injury, right? Like the worst thing, like the nightmare for any pitcher is you're out with an arm injury. Has to rehab the whole year and comes back and becomes the Big 12 pitcher of the year. I mean, you talk about getting your work done during rehab. That's incredible.
Back up the middle into the shift. Race to the bag. And the inning is over. Jayhawks strand 1 in the 3rd. We head to the 4th in the Big 12 Championship. 1-0 Jayhawks. Big 12, the number 3 RPI league in college baseball behind the SEC and ACC. So no surprise, they're going to be well represented on Selection Monday.
Clay, if I was the commissioner of Big 12 baseball, and I am not, just to be clear,
no,
I'd be very pleased with that. Last year was 8 bids, no hosts. This year, 7 bids and 2 hosts. That's a really good year, and I think a fair reward for what has been an awesome year for baseball in the Big 12.
TCU is the one question mark I think a lot of people might have. They're certainly on the bubble. Made an early exit this week in the Big 12 tournament. That didn't help. How do you see the Frogs right now?
Yeah, 17 wins in the league really helps them, and they just got a very stable resume where some of the other bubble teams have pretty erratic resumes, and they also passed the eye test. TCU really talented.
Matisse Nayrol has had base runners on against him all 3 innings, but no runs on the board for West Virginia yet. He continues to work around problems, including a walk last inning. He has to face Sean Smith to start the 4th. Smith grounded into a double play to end the 1st. And the Mountaineers had runners at the corners and 1 out. Getting Sean Smith out, you should get some bonus points.
Yeah, it should count as 2 outs.
6 for 9 in the tournament now. The 1-1 pitch.
And it's not just the 6 for 9, Clay. He's kind of bullied the pitchers in this tournament. Like, just kind of pushed them around during the at-bats, and then every at-bat ends with a line drive somewhere.
.6'1", 205 pounds from Moss Point, Mississippi. Honorable mention all Big 12 after a couple of years at Georgia Southern. And Smith takes outside.
For Nayrol, Clay, this is a great lesson. Sometimes in pitching, you just don't have your best stuff and you're fighting it, and you got to collect outs anyway. And Matisse Nayrol has done that, but it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Chop foul. After Smith, it'll be Gravlin and Guzman. Matthew Gravlin has the play of the tournament, perhaps. At least of this game so far.
The greatest scouting report in the history of the sport, where he was positioned on that play.
He's on deck for the Mountaineers. Nayrol's 2-2 pitch. Launched down the line, left field, foul ground. And drifted back into fair territory. LeBlanc makes the catch for the first out. All right, here's Matthew Gravlin. This is the amazing double play that ended the 2nd.
He's not even in the picture to start, right? He's playing so far to pull, and then he's going to travel a little bit more to the pull side. Shows his catcher arm strength right there. Armani Guzman had started towards second base because he thought it was for sure a double. Just a wild play, but 2 very important outs for Ian Korn.
Gravlin flew out to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He's going to hammer this into the ground. LeBlanc, long throw, but he got him in time. 2 up, 2 down for Nayrol. We're going to have game Sunday night in the UFL between St. Louis and Houston. The Battlehawks and Gamblers at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. You can also watch it streaming live on the ESPN app. We're at Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. Final day of the Big 12 tournament, the championship game between the 2-seed West Virginia Mountaineers and the 1-seed Kansas Jayhawks. So far, Matisse Nayrol is making that first inning home run hold up.
And this, Clay, has been his best inning so far. The stuff is starting to tick up. He looks more crisp. And ironically, he has owned Sean Smith.
Armani Guzman struck out his first time up against Nayrol, but reached first on a wild pitch.
Armani Guzman, incredible athlete. 30 steals, he's got extra base power. Could be on the kickoff team for West Virginia.
To left center, Owens coming over, and he'll run it down. 1-2-3 inning for Nayrol is first. 10 pitches to get through the fourth. It's still 1-0 Kansas. Our game summary here in Surprise. 1-0 Kansas. Home run from Tyson Owens. 14th of the year. A couple of inning-ending double plays for the Mountaineers, and have kept them off the board.
Yeah, the defense that's been played in this game has been incredibly crisp, and that's why it's a 1-0 game, because there have been some hard-hit baseballs.
Kansas has just 2 guys in the lineup hitting over 300 coming into the day. With that said, this offense finds ways to beat you. Cade Baldridge is one of those guys hitting over 300. 0 for 1 in this game. 3 for 9 in the tournament. We've kind of been describing Kansas this week, Mike Rooney, as a sum of its parts team.
Yeah.
LeBlanc is an emerging star, but not just littered throughout the lineup. That's going to be an error on West Virginia. Baldridge aboard to start the fourth. A tough play for sure, but they probably had plenty of time to get Baldridge.
Yeah, and Clay, here's the thing. West Virginia was played way to pull, so Kresser's right behind Guzman. You guys got to communicate better right here. Like, this is an easy play for Kresser, and Guzman, remember, he's a center fielder. He's such a good athlete, he can get there, but just because you can go get that ball doesn't mean that you should, because this is an impossible play. You're throwing across your body to a pitcher covering the base, so.
Back up the middle, off of Korn. They're going to get 1. Not in time for 2. Now the question is, did Ian Korn take it off the body to where he's going to be affected?
It couldn't have hit him all that directly, Clay, because it was still scalded. I mean, that ball was on Einish at shortstop in a blink. Ooh, maybe. It didn't hurt, Clay, but it sure is disconcerting when a guy takes your feet out like that.
So this play is under review. They're going to look at first base and see if
Dykhoff did look safe.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Interesting. Dykhoff runs well for a first sacker. Him and Guzman. Okay. Ooh. He might be out, Clay. I just don't know if that's enough to overturn it. Oh, man, Clay, I think he might be out.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence to overturn it. I just don't know that there's enough there to overturn it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. He feels out, but I think it's so tight, it's so close that you probably let the call on the field stand.
By the way, the play where Baldridge reached, not an error. They didn't charge an error to West Virginia. It's ruled a single.
You know, I guess what I would say, Clay, that's not a committed error, but that's a defensive miscue for sure.
For sure.
I think Brody Kresser and Armand Guzman, they would come in the dugout and tell Steve Sabins, hey, we got to communicate better on that. No offense to the pitchers, Clay, but we don't need to be throwing the balls to pitchers covering first base. That's coin flip play right here.
So they're going to stay with the call on the field. So Dykhoff is at first base for Augie Mungarieta. And one down here in the inning.
Clay, does Josh Dykhoff dare challenge Gavin Kelly's arm?
He moves well for a big man.
Sure, he had an inside the park home run earlier this year. I didn't even know a first baseman could do that.
Has 3 stolen bases on the year. You have Gavin Kelly behind home plate for the Mountaineers, throwing out 37% of runners trying to steal this year. That's a pretty high number. 1 on, 1 out. And a strike on the outside corner.
I wish broadcasters, we could call 1 stolen base attempt per game. I want to see Gavin Kelly throw, Clay. Am I being selfish?
No.
I don't think so.
You think that Gavin Kelly, and others agree with you, that he could be the first pick taken in the 2027 Major League Draft.
And that's high praise when you think about our sophomore class in college baseball. Dax Whitney at Oregon State, and Landon Hairston and at Arizona State, Tank Davis at Louisville. But, you know, for Gavin Kelly, you got everything. It's hit for average, hit for power, incredible athlete. I mean, he looks like a big-time quarterback athlete. And, you know, big-time arm.
Mungarieta rips it to third. Hall, nice pick to second for 1. Not in time for the double play. And we may get another review. We'll see.
What a play by Tyrus Hall, Clay. I mean, this is, you mentioned shortstop for the Canadian national team. He's got to backhand this and throw this off his, you know, with his weight leaning back. That's, I mean, I think Augie Mungarieta is safe at first, but what a turn. Keep the runner out of scoring position. We are seeing some unreal defense being played in this thing.
His fielding team in the Big 12, West Virginia. Now Jordan Bach with 2 outs and a man on.
Clay, how about Ian Korn has found a changeup for these left-handed hitters? It's a development.
Both of these teams throw a lot of off-speed.
Yes. Yeah, if you're looking to just sit dead red, look fastball and fastball count, you came to the wrong party. That's not how these two teams operate. They're going to keep you guessing. They're going to flood the strike zone, but they're not going to be predictable on the mound.
Four hits for Kansas so far. We've had a hit in every inning. Trying to add to the lead here with 2 outs. Jordan Bach had a run-scoring double in the first inning yesterday. His team leading 15th double of the year for the Jayhawks. 2-2.
It's a changeup again. All right, Ian Korn. Never too late in the year to get better and establish new things. Blown away by the defense, Clay. This is like college baseball '85 Bears.
Struck him out. Inning is over. So the Jayhawks again strand a runner. But Kansas has the lead. We're going to talk to Dan Fitzgerald, the head coach, on the backside of this break when we come back to Arizona. Big 12 championship game. On to the 5th we go. Kansas 1, West Virginia nothing. Difference in this game, a Tyson Owens home run. Let's bring on Dan Fitzgerald, Coach of the Year in the Big 12 for the 2nd straight year. And Coach, you've done a great job recruiting the junior college ranks. Tyson Owens, another one. And just what have you seen in the guys like Tyson been able to bring into Lawrence and turn into great ball players?
Well, I think we jumped on board right away and just kind of made we had to put a team together the first year. We found so many good guys in the portal and in junior college, and it kind of put us into a cycle of that. And, you know, junior college baseball is so good everywhere in the country, and my entire staff has JUCO background, as do I. So it just kind of became a good niche for us. And guys like Tyson, you think about his freshman year at Cochise, plays for a great coach in Todd Engelhart at Cochise Junior College, and you know, gets 1 million at bats in the fall, has 1 million at bats in the spring, and he's just more seasoned coming in as a sophomore. So we've got a bunch of guys like that, too. Fun guys to coach.
Hey, Fitz, I want to ask you about your shortstop, Tyson LeBlanc, the other Tyson. I mean, I've been blown away by him. If I was a scout, how do you describe him? Like, what makes him such a great player?
Well, he's really smart, really heady. He does everything. He can run, he can bunt, he can hit for power. He's got feel for the barrel. He can play anywhere on the field. We played him a bunch in center this fall as well. And just a great competitor, a great worker. And, you know, I talk to scouts, it's like, man, that dude's floor is a big league utility guy and the ceiling's a MLB All-Star. I mean, he is really twitchy, and talk about a great teammate and a guy that puts in the work.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Rock chalk.
Dan Fitzgerald. As Brody Kresser leads it off here in the 5th for the Mountaineers. Before Fitzgerald took over the program, Mike, Kansas had 4 Big 12 wins, and he has improved the record every year over the last 4.
It's been incredible. I mean, everybody knew Dan Fitzgerald was a star in coaching. You know, he was the recruiting coordinator at DBU as they were building that program, then at LSU. But I think even this feels crazy. I mean, they just have become a dominant force in this league, top-tier team, and you know, on the precipice of hosting a regional. It's incredible what they've done.
Kresser is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Just 1 hit for the Mountaineers so far against Nayrol, and it's not for a lack of traffic for the West Virginia Mountaineers. They've had base runners, just haven't been able to plate anybody.
Nayrol did find it a little bit last inning. It will be interesting to see if he's kind of locked it in from here.
Coming off a 1-2-3 4th inning. 2-2, back up the middle base here. Good at bat for Kresser. Just to put a bow on what we were talking about when it comes to Dan Fitzgerald's success there in a short amount of time. 4 wins in the Big 12 in 2022 for Kansas. He takes over, doubles the victory total, and he's essentially done that every year since.
Yeah, I mean, and to win 20 games in the Big 12 in back-to-back seasons is really, really difficult given the depth and talent level in this league. And so what an amazing job of building a program from the ground up.
Ground ball, and going to be a tough play. Baldridge gets there, but not in time to throw out Brock Wills. Back-to-back hits for the Mountaineers. Here comes West Virginia. Nobody out in the 5th.
The quality that bats for West Virginia up and down this lineup. And as you mentioned, Clay, you're almost always pitching with traffic against West Virginia. It's not one star player outside of Gavin Kelly, but it's 9 really quality at bats.
2 on for Tyrus Hall, the 9-hole hitter. He had a big series against the Jayhawks in Lawrence a couple of weeks ago. 4 for 10 with a homer and 4 runs batted in. Trying to advance the runners here.
It's a tough base running play on these bunts, because if the hitter bunts through it like Hall did right there, Munguerieta can throw behind you. So for Kresser and for Wills, you got to really be on your toes here.
Infield drawn in. 1 strike. Gets it down, well placed. Schlotterbeck will go to first for the out. Kresser to third, Wills to scoring position now at second base. And back to the top of the order in Einish.
That's a really nice bunt. Schlotterbeck does a nice job. Nayrol was getting a little frisky there and wanting to field that. And, you know, as a pitcher, you do need to make a good effort at it. Perfect bunt. You bunt it down the third base line because the third baseman can't vacate. He's got to be there in case they steal third. It's a good baseball play. Good defense, well executed by the offense.
So Tyrus Hall gets some high fives in that West Virginia dugout. Einish 0 for 2 with a flyout his last time to the plate, celebrating his birthday today.
Boy, Clay, this is tricky because Einish is a contact guy, which gives them an RBI opportunity. You got a superstar on deck, and then Schoenfeld has hit 2 BBs to start the game.
Now time is called. Here comes Brandon Scott, the Kansas pitching coach. First time that West Virginia strung a couple of hits together against Nayrol. Starting pitching has been really good for Kansas too this year. Dominic Vagley is their ace. Mason Cook, we saw him get the win yesterday against Oklahoma State. We know that these offenses can produce, but the starting pitching tonight, Mike, has been outstanding.
Yeah, really good. And you know what they've really done is they've fed the defense. That both teams have played exceptional defense and created a lot of outs for their pitchers. You saw Toby Scheidt in the bullpen, Clay, and he's a low slot guy who can get a ground ball.
Scheidt pitched last night in the win over Oklahoma State. He and Ritter really good out of the bullpen, allowing just 1 run over 3 1/3 as they put Oklahoma State away. 1 ball, no strikes to Einish. Checked his swing, didn't mean to. Nayrol looks the runner back to third. Bad throw, and they won't get him. Off balance, Nayrol tried to get the out at first, but Einish beats it out, and now the bases are loaded.
Well, Matt Einish, that's the cheapest hit he will have ever received in his baseball career. This ball traveled about 20 feet. You know, if you're Nayrol, I think it's a really tough play because his concern about the run is warranted, right? Like, the last thing you want to do is give up a run there. Here's the problem. Now you got the bases juiced with Gavin Kelly up. Clay, the only thing that could have changed that outcome is if Augie Munguerieta had been very vocal, and he may have, telling Nayrol that that throw's got to go to first base, because then you could walk Gavin Kelly and deal with Schoenfeld. So a real pickle for Kansas right now.
So it appeared that Matt Einish was safe by a mile. Now, could they be looking at something else? Maybe fair or foul at home plate? It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Plays under review. We're being told they're looking at first base, though. Safer out at first, and this shouldn't take long.
Nope. No, it was pretty clean. Clay, this feels like he's very safe. And we are about to have a massive moment in this game. Gavin Kelly coming up with the bases loaded and no place to put them. Here's the other thing, Clay. Gavin Kelly's aggressive. If you're Matisse Nayrol, you better be ready to make your best pitch from the jump.
Nayrol had 2 homers against Kansas a couple of weeks ago in that series. And here's the official word. Bases full of Mountaineers. And West Virginia's best hitter coming up, Gavin Kelly, a couple of nights ago. This is in the first inning against K-State on Thursday.
You want to talk about some bat speed right there. That's just leaning on a ball to center field.
And now time is called. Dan Fitzgerald coming out. And the coach is going to make a move. Well, Matisse Nayrol living dangerously really from the first inning. And now it appears that West Virginia has him figured out, and Dan Fitzgerald decides this is the time to make a move. Pitching change in Surprise, Arizona in the Big 12 title game. Back in a moment. Matisse Nayrol goes 4 1/3, leaves the bases loaded for the bullpen. New pitcher is Toby Scheidt, coming on in relief for the 2nd straight game for Kansas.
One of their most trusted guys, Clay, and you'll see it's a very unique look. It's a lower arm slot, and turning a double play on Gavin Kelly, not easy work, but that Scheidt, his job is to come in here and get a ground ball and try to minimize this damage.
Last night, Scheidt went an inning and a third against Oklahoma State, struck out 3, and helped Kansas take care of the Cowboys and move on to the championship game. Now brought in a very difficult situation with 1 out and the bases loaded, and the star player for West Virginia at the plate. First pitch in there for strike 1.
So impressive. You're facing Kelly out of the bullpen. You come in and just pure a first pitch slider. Well done by Toby Scheidt.
Could be the top pick in the draft next year. Gavin Kelly 3 for 7 with the bases loaded this year. He has driven in 8. But he's behind in the count here, 0-2.
Slider that starts behind Kelly, and then that pitch right there starts in the left-hander batter's box and runs in. That is premium execution.
Kelly, a little flare to right, charging Jordan Bach. He'll make the catch. Coming in, his throw right on the money, and they got him at the plate. Another double play ends the inning. Jordan Bach with a rifle to home plate, and the inning is over.
Jordan Bach. Kelly just trying to put a ball on the field, tie this game up. Jordan Bach. It's one thing to catch it. It's another thing to throw it right on the money. They are throwing the leather around in this one.
We'll talk to Steve Sabins, the Mountaineers head coach, next. It's been an exciting Big 12 championship here in Surprise so far. 1-0 Kansas As the Jayhawks get ready to hit here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's talk to Steve Sabins, the head coach of the Mountaineers in his 2nd year. Coach, 2 best teams in the league during the regular season. I guess no shock that this game has had a lot of twists and turns, and it's been well played.
No doubt. Good pitching, double play balls, speed on display. 2 really good teams going at it.
Sabes, Matthew Gravelin's play in left field, one of the double plays. First of all, best scouting report in the history of mankind. He was basically on the line. But what has Gravelin given you, a kid that's, you know, a primary catcher but can also play left field for you?
Really good. Drew Hefner does our outfield positioning, and he's killed it. So he was pull with depth. The guy makes an incredible play, dives, gets up, throws 100 miles an hour, cresser cut to Guzman. It was pretty special. You don't usually see the old 7-4-3 tag out. So that was incredible, and that's kind of what this team has done. Just played really clean defense, kept games tight, and been able to scratch some runs late and win some ball games.
Ian Corn continues to look good for you. Gave up the home run early, but since then he's been great.
Yep, this guy has had all different kinds of roles for us.
And there's a strikeout.
He's started games and he's closed games. He's been middle relief, and he's just been a workhorse for us. So once again, we're in the ball game in the middle innings because of what he's doing.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck. Steve Sabins, 39 years old, 11th season at West Virginia, 2nd as head coach. Led the team to the program record 44 wins last year, including Big 12 regular season title, 2nd straight super regional. This team is going to be a team to be reckoned with next weekend. Ground ball. Wow. Picked nicely. And this defense for West Virginia continues to shine.
I mean, Clay, we are throwing the leather around in this one. This is a tricky play. I mean, Hall's got a range to his left, and watch him extend this glove hand to make sure he doesn't get a bad hop. Just gets out there, gets the baseball, throws a, you know, just throws a frozen rope across that. Watch his glove work right here. Gosh, that's gorgeous.
So Dariel Osorio is out. 2 down for Ian Corn here in the 5th, and Savion Flowers coming in.
Wow. I mean, the defense being played in this game is wild. Clay, I just want to say on West Virginia, it's not just that they're right on the precipice of hosting a regional this year. They've won 2 road regionals over the last 2 seasons. That is going to a super regional the hard way, and this team is just, it's like West Virginia, it's blue collar winning. That's what they're about.
That's fitting. This team looked good throughout the entire year. Cleaned up in the conference awards. Max Yale Pitcher of the Year. Chanson Cole, who was a starter yesterday. Ian Corn, both first-team All-Big 12. Pitching leading the way. But the hitting and defense also very sharp. This is a 3-ball count, and for Ian Corn, just the 2nd 3-ball count tonight. Payoff pitch. Inside, walks the 9-hole hitter. And so Tyson LeBlanc will come up for KU with a man on and 2 outs.
Savion Flowers likes it in Surprise, Arizona, doesn't he? What an at-bat.
Savion Flowers getting a chance to be in the lineup again. Brady Ballinger, their star outfielders, out with a hamate bone injury, so they've plugged in Flowers here this week, and boy, has he delivered. And now LeBlanc, a single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Fly ball to right field.
Does he see it?
Yeah, Brock Wills backing up, shading the sun, and makes the catch. Flowers is stranded. We have played 5 in the Big 12 championship, still 1-0. Dan Fitzgerald and Steve Sabins, 2 young head coaches here in the Big 12, 2 really talented bench bosses, and no shock if these teams are in the College World Series.
No doubt. Two superstars in the coaching profession.
Ground ball to first for Paul Schoenfeld. There's Josh Dykoff picking it up for the first out of the 6th.
Here's the thing, Clay. If you're going to go to Omaha, you got to do 2 things. On Monday, you got to get your name called. So that's number 1. And then you got to win 5 games over those next 2 weekends. Just 5. That's it. Win 3 in the regional, win 2 in the super. I say that, it feels almost impossible. It is so hard to
Easier said than done.
Oh, my gosh. But what an accomplishment. Every season that ends in Omaha is one for the ages.
Toby Scheid is facing Sean Smith. Tisney Roll, before leaving the ballgame for Kansas, the starter, was able to get Smith twice, and that's been hard to do this week. Smith with 6 hits in the tournament. Each team with just 4 hits, as the pitching has been outstanding. Mountaineers able to get Nate Roll out of the ballgame. Ooh, and this hits Smith. He's aboard with 1 out.
Yeah, for as sharp as Scheit has been, this is just a mistake. You know, just a slider that he loses, and so much traffic for West Virginia in this one, Clay.
Matthew Gravlin 0 for 2.
Great slider right there. You know, that's the thing. Scheit is another guy that can roll you up a double play.
Yeah, Baldridge basically playing behind the bag at second. We have seen a ton of inning-ending double plays in this ball game. How about the Kansas defense tonight?
Incredible. If you're Gravlin here, Clay, you've got to really force yourself to the backside of the field, because Scheit is the guy that gets you to fly open with your front side, roll over a ground ball, and double play.
Matthew Gravlin, the transfer from Ohio State. That's a base hit into center field. Let's see if Smith makes a move for third. He will. No throw. And here come the Mountaineers again. They have runners at the corners. Now they will try to finally plate one here against the Jayhawks.
Clay, this is an unbelievable base running play by Sean Smith. Now, it's part of the DNA of West Virginia. This is a line drive. If you're Smith, you got to be at least a little bit careful here, because LeBlanc could catch that. But this is West Virginia. They are rolling first to third right in your grill 10 out of 10 times. No hesitation. Huge part of the success of West Virginia's offense is their base running.
What a pickup Smith has been out of Georgia Southern for West Virginia.
Just a big physical hitter.
1 out and 2 on for the Mountaineers, who are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. And finally break through. Armani Guzman 0 for 2. He was the MVP of the Clemson Regional last year for the Mountaineers. Rips it foul. Ball and a strike.
I'll tell you, Clay, I think Steve Sabins is watching that swing, or wanted to see Guzman's first swing, because do you consider bunt here? Do you consider squeeze? I don't think Guzman's a double play problem because he's so fast, but if you're Sabin, you know, if you're Steve Sabins there, you're kind of thinking, okay, how do I like this matchup? Let's see that first pass at it. I'd probably let him keep swinging.
1-1 pitch inside. Guzman, the junior from New York City, had such a great postseason last year. Also hit really well in the Super Regional against LSU a season ago. So he seems to ramp up his play this time of year. It's up and away. So it's a 3-1 count. Toby Scheidt now has his back up against the wall.
Kresser's on deck, and he's a better matchup. He's a right-handed hitter who's not a great runner, more of a double play candidate, but you know, Brody Kresser's also as clutch as they come.
Walked him. Base is full of Mountaineers again. A hit by pitch, a base hit, and now a walk, and that'll set the table for Kresser. As you look at the Kansas bullpen. Manning West, junior right-hander, getting loose. Kansas has used the double play to get out of 3 situations similar to this. And now LeBlanc wants to chat a little bit here with Scheidt. Maybe just to buy a little more time for the bullpen.
Boy, that was a little scary. Like, LeBlanc came humming in there. Like, don't get your pitcher to balk there.
Dan Fitzgerald. I mean, this will age a coach.
Oof.
Living this way.
Yeah, that's the I should have been a farmer look.
Smith, Graveline, Guzman on the bases. Kresser at the plate, and that nearly hit him.
Boy, the momentum is going one way or the other in this at bat. Either West Virginia's getting off the snide or Kansas is rolling up another double play.
Kresser 4 for 9, 12 runs batted in with a grand slam this year with the bases loaded.
Boy, this is a massive pitch right here.
Mountaineers looking to deliver that big hit. Smith at third. Graveline at second. Guzman, great speed. He's at first base.
Oh, hey now.
Almost had.
Oh gosh,
John Smith leaning toward home plate.
You got to have a serious stomach as a coach to call that pick, because that thing could very easily go down the third base line. Oh my gosh. I love the courage to call that pick. Woo.
Two-one to Kresser. Lofted down the line, long run, Jordan Bach.
Maybe not
foul
catch it.
ground. Lays out, and yeah, this might actually end up working out for Kansas.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, Clay, there's really no way to coach that, though. Like, trying to teach a player when you should not catch a baseball is like trying to tell a football player not to hit someone hard, right? Like, it just... But you're right, they caught a break there, because if he catches that, that's a run.
Locke had that great throw to home plate. To end the inning, last inning. And he's possibly going to get another chance. Right field. What a play! Dykhoff, he'll turn and throw to home. Nobody scores. Now they've got the runner hung up between second and third. West Virginia's in a pickle. They're going to get it out. Maybe. They will not get it out.
Wait a second, we're still going. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Everybody is safe.
Oh my goodness.
Josh Dykhoff made an amazing catch with his back to the infield, got it in, and then they started the rundowns.
Unbelievable catch, to your point, Clay. Dykhoff, this is, and then he turns and makes a nice throw. You know, of course the runners are thinking there's no chance he's catching this ball. Wow. I'll tell you, Clay, incredible job by the West Virginia base runners to not get spooked and just give up. They fought the good fight there and would not give in. Now, if you're Kansas, that stings.
That's a missed opportunity.
Oh, gosh. I mean, literally all three runners were exposed.
And now Kansas needs to take a breath here. Dan Fitzgerald's going to come out. See if he makes a move. Here's another look. Let's look at all the rundowns. It is Kresser who lofts it into right field. Josh Dykhoff, the first baseman, with a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. And a perfect throw to Moongarietta to home plate.
Yeah, I mean, Dykhoff is the MVP of this play. And then Tyson LeBlanc right there. I mean, that's a really good job receiving the baseball and throwing accurately. Here, Clay, you've got to decrease the space. You can't let these runners bob and weave like it. And it felt like right there they were going to get an out. Got to credit the West Virginia base runners. Boy, did they do a job on this. Wild, wild play.
Kansas still almost turned another inning-ending double play. They've already had 3.
We've only been here for 5 innings.
This is Brock Wills at the plate now for West Virginia. Still trying to get on the scoreboard. They've had so many opportunities. That's a strike from Scheidt. 1-1.
Oh, goodness. Everybody needs a breath after that play, Clay. Goodness.
Walk in the second, a single in the 5th for Wills. Ground ball. This is going to be tough, but LeBlanc gets Kansas off the field, hanging on to that 1-run lead. The Mountaineers failed to score again in the 6th. Well, Monday is going to be a good day for the Big 12. Right now, it looks like they could get as many as 8 teams in the 7 teams, I should say, in the tournament. Had 8 last year. Looks like 2 hosts potentially. West Virginia and Kansas, who are playing now here in the Big 12 championship game. Steve Saban's West Virginia Mountaineers have had the bases loaded 3 times. They've left 8 runners on base. As Kansas continues to pull rabbits out of the hat.
Yeah, that's well said, Clay. It's been a magic act for the Jayhawks.
Ian Korn dealing still for West Virginia. Tyson Owens, who has the only run driven in this ballgame with the home run in the 1st, leads it on for the Jayhawks. He'll be followed by Baldridge and Dykhoff.
Clay, Ian Korn pitches like he's double parked. I mean, it is just grip it and rip it. Sign me up for this every start.
1 run on 4 hits so far for Korn. He is going to get Owens to ground out to start the 6th. Ian Korn relieved Max Yale on Thursday night against K-State. He was the winning pitcher against Kansas on May 9th. Pitched the final 4 innings in relief of Chanson Cole. See what he did Thursday in relief, and tonight, so far, so good for Ian Korn. He was behind in this ball game, but not because really of anything that he has done. It's a lack of offensive execution for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, if you had told Steve Sabins that this was going to be Ian Korn's start, he would say, sign me up for that all day, every day. It's been incredible. And I'll tell you, Clay, the way Korn pitches, it's not all that stressful. It's just a couple different pitches. He just gets up there and shoves it in the strike zone.
Throwing a lot of ground balls. He has 9 ground ball outs, 4 flyouts, a couple of strikeouts for Korn so far. Baldridge has 1 of Kansas's 4 hits. Single back in the 4th inning. To Kresser. There's another ground out. 2 up, 2 down.
I'll tell you, Clay, when you're thinking about Kansas in the postseason, if I have one thing that makes me a little uneasy, without Brady Ballinger, who hopefully they're going to get back for regionals, the lineup does feel like maybe 1 hitter short. And that's not a shot at Savion Flowers. He's been great, but you know, you take a bopper like Ballinger out of any lineup, and it's a problem.
Ballinger's defense in the outfield is something they will also miss if he can't go. Dykhoff at the plate. Dykhoff with that terrific catch in short right field. Keep the West Virginia Mountaineers off the board. Transfer from University of Minnesota Crookston.
Is that the hinterland?
That is a outpost in the upper Midwest for sure, yes. Good baseball talent up there, and I'll tell you, it doesn't matter where they are. Dan Fitzgerald seems to know how to find them.
No doubt. Yeah, the Division II transfers too. Yeah, all the transfers. Yeah, this staff, they know exactly what they're looking for. Who was it last year? Jackson Hauge?
Jackson Hauge and Sawyer Smith, a couple of guys that Fitzgerald got from Minnesota colleges, Minnesota State and St. Cloud State respectively. So they brought 9 players back, 26 newcomers, 22 total transfers, 16 from the JUCO ranks. Check this swing. Did not go. They appealed to the third base umpire, Chris Koski. So he did not go around. So it's 2-2.
It was interesting in the preseason, Clay, when evaluating Kansas. Let's see, this doesn't often go well for the hitter. Oh, that's a take. That's well done. Basically, Kansas had 2 famous players, Dominic Vegley and Brady Ballinger, and a bunch of transfers. And still, Kansas was highly thought of because the confidence level in this coaching staff is so high. I'll speak for the collective pundit group where it's like, hey, if Fitz and his staff like these transfers, then we like them.
Mungarieta on deck. It's downstairs, full count. Ian Korn getting the first 2 outs quickly, but now struggling here maybe with Josh Dykhoff as Kansas tries to get something going with 2 outs. Yesterday was the 23rd road or neutral site win for Kansas, and you know, I think only a collection of players from, you know, far off places coming together, don't care where the games are played.
That's right. Great, a lot of grit and a lot of gratitude.
Pitch number 9 inside, and Korn lost him. What an at bat for Dykhoff. 9-pitch walk.
Wouldn't that be something if Kansas scores in this inning after the way West Virginia has not scored in some of these innings?
Look at the West Virginia bullpen. Ben McDougal, who has appeared in this tournament already, is the left-hander. Bryson Thacker also up and around down there. Justin Oney, the pitching coach for West Virginia, deserves a lot of credit. You have the best ERA in the Big 12, top 10 in the country. You have the pitcher of the year in the Big 12, and Oney in his second year on the staff has done some good things.
Yeah, they're both of these programs, they're operating at a high level, and I would say also for West Virginia, it's so fun to see how engaged, how energized their fan base is.
Don't forget, on Memorial Day, you can catch some afternoon Major League Baseball on ESPN and the ESPN app. The Yankees will be in Kansas City to take on the Royals, 3:30 Eastern Time. We're in Surprise, Arizona. It's Surprise Stadium, first year hosting the Big 12 tournament. And the Kansas City Royals call this their spring training home. So do the Texas Rangers. You talked about this before. Dykhoff can move. We've seen that in the field and on the bases during this tournament. How aggressive would they be here potentially with 2 outs in a 1-run game?
I think if you get to 2 strikes, you might run them just because the at-bat. Oh, boy.
That hit him. Moon Garrietta takes it up around the shoulders. And the umpire, Mark Wagers, making sure he's okay. They're going to call the trainer out.
The only good news on this, Clay, is it was a breaking ball. It was not a fastball.
Ian Korn, only 2 walks, but they've come here in the last 2 innings, and now a hit by pitch. And it looks like Moon Garrietta is going to be okay.
Yeah, just Ian Korn giving the thumbs up there. Just a breaking ball, he lost it.
I hit him right in the helmet. Augie Moon Garrietta, the junior from Venezuela, is such a big part of this team. He's proven to be a leader. His first year with the program, spent last year at Northwest Florida State. 2 on, 2 out, and Jordan Bach at the plate. And that's going to roll into right field for a base hit. They're going to send Dykhoff to the plate. The throw, not in time. Scores standing up. Jordan Bach with an RBI here in the 6th to make it 2-0 Kansas.
Boy, isn't that something? All the work West Virginia's had to do and come up with zeros, and for Kansas, just beep, beep, beep. Here we go. Kresser did not get a great jump on this, Clay. I don't know if it's the shadow. Just missed keeping that in the infield. Boy, if you're Steve Sabins, that stings, because you're thinking, we have worked our rear ends off to not score, and Kansas just goes walk, hit by pitch, and ground ball in the 4-3 hole.
That 9-pitch at bat where Dykhoff drew the walk. Remember that. As Ian Korn, 79 pitches into this one, has really worked hard. Here comes Steve Sabins. He's looking down at the bullpen. McDougal's been warming up down there. There's Passengers warming up down there. Jordan Bach with his 42nd run batted in. And in a game where scoring has been hard to come by, that is a big base hit with a veteran right fielder. Pitching change here in the Big 12 tournament title game. Kansas has opened up a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Ian Korn is done for the game. And the West Virginia bullpen has been good this year. Reese Bassinger, senior, making his 25th appearance and his second game in a row. He threw 19 pitches last night against Arizona State.
And Clay, 19 huge pitches, because he came in the game when it was spinning out of control in favor of Arizona State. Bassinger came in and got 5 outs and just steadied the ship, and next thing you know, West Virginia was off and running. Heck of a start by Ian Korn, though.
Yeah, somber look on his face, but man, he really gave West Virginia the start that I think they were hoping for. Goes 5 2/3 tonight. Now Bassinger on. 2 on, 2 out. As Korn got the first 2 outs of this inning and got 2 big outs. Tyson Owens, who has a home run tonight, got him to ground out, got Baldridge to ground out. Then the 9-pitch at bat where he walked Dykoff changed the feel of the inning. Dylan Schlotterbeck, he's 0 for 2. Lined into a double play in the second inning and struck out swinging in the 5th. Run in here in the 6th for Kansas, leading 2-0. Strike in the outside corner.
To your point, Clay, I mean, it was 2 quick outs, then the long at bat, and then first pitch hit by pitch, first pitch single in the 4-3 hole. I mean, the momentum of that inning, or this inning, changed on a dime.
Outside to the junior third baseman. Schlotterbeck 0 for 9 in the tournament now. Transfer from Paris Junior College in Texas. Bouncing ball to short, charging Einish. He'll go to first. And the inning is finally over for West Virginia. Jayhawks get another one on the board. We go to the 7th, 2-0. The Kansas defense has bailed out the pitching tonight. 3 inning-ending double plays. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd inning, also 1 in the 5th, and then that play by the first baseman, Dykoff. I mean, it wasn't a double play, but again, it kept West Virginia off the board.
Yeah, that throw by Jordan Bach right there was incredible, just on the base, and there's the play by Dykoff right here. You know, Clay, West Virginia's offense is predicated on traffic and wearing you down and pressuring you, and Kansas has been up for that. It just daily double after daily double, and remarkable that West Virginia is still stuck on 0.
Toby Scheit held it together in relief. Matisse Nayrol, the starter. Now Manning West, junior right-hander, will come to the mound for the Jayhawks.
Another guy they really trust, and he can pitch in a multitude of roles. A lot of cutters and sliders. That's really going to be his go-to.
9-1-2 for the Mountaineers. Tyrus Hall, Matt Einish, Gavin Kelly. Mountaineers have 5 hits tonight. Hall is 0 for 1 with her sacrifice. Mountaineers coming in to this Big 12 championship game. Winners of 11 of their last 12, including that sweep of Kansas. And trying to win the Big 12 tournament for the first time. This is their 3rd Big 12 finals appearance. They lost in 2016, lost in 2019. Trying to get that first trophy. Chop foul outside of 3rd. You know, Steve Sabins wants to bring a championship to Morgantown. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Good start for West. We have Game 3 of the NHL Western Conference Finals for you tomorrow night on ESPN. Vegas Golden Knights hosting the Colorado Avalanche at 8 Eastern. Vegas looked very good last night, winning 3-1. Lead that series 2-0. He's Mike Rooney. I'm Clay Matvick here in Surprise, Arizona. A beautiful Saturday night. 2-0 KU as the top of the order for the Mountaineers comes back up. Matt Einish.
You drive up and see the Golden Knights if you want, Clay. It's just 5 hours from here.
Just a short 5-hour car ride. I have never seen the Hoover Dam. I can see that on the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Einish 1 for 3, had a excuse me base hit back in the 5th inning. And he was the last hitter to face Nayrol before Toby Scheidt came in and got that 5th inning double play to get out of a jam. Their bases loaded situation. Mountaineers have left 8 runners on base in this ballgame.
Yeah, and Manny West, because it's cutter and slider, he's much better against right-handed hitters. Lefties 200 OPS points better than the righties.
Well, comebacker. And West with the flip to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. What have you learned about the Kansas bullpen in the last few days?
I like the way they've got guys they trust like Scheidt and Ritter, Bodie Ray, of course, but I see Dan Fitzgerald using his bullpen to change the momentum of the game too. When West Virginia gets revved up, make a change, and so the Kansas doesn't really let you settle in and sink your teeth into any one of these guys.
Cannon Carr, number 18. The right-hander down in the KU bullpen right now. This is how the Jayhawks want to face Kelly with the bases empty.
Yep. Always dangerous. It's not just the high average anymore. He's hitting for power.
Two and one. Kelly, a product of Pittsburgh Central Catholic High School. J.J. Weatherholt, also a Pittsburgh area guy. He was taken 7th overall out of West Virginia in the 24 draft. And we've said it before, this guy's going to hear his name very early next year, you would think.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something if he gets drafted even higher than J.J. Weatherholt? That would be incredible.
A lot of people think that if Weatherholt had stayed healthy during his college career, maybe he would have gone higher.
I think the Weatherholt story too, Clay, his junior year, his draft year, and obviously J.J. Weatherholt is off to an incredible start in his big league career already. But that 2024 season, J.J. Weatherholt only played 35 games because of injury, and they still went to a super regional.
Inside, and West loses him, so Kelly is aboard. That's the 2nd time he has walked tonight. He's also been hit by a pitch. So the Mountaineers will try to get a spark going with 2 outs. Paul Schoenfeld. A couple of hits here in the tournament. 2nd team All Big 12. This guy spent the last 4 years in junior college as well, a JUCO All-American at Colorado Mesa, and came in to Morgantown and hit from the jump. 2nd on the team in average behind Kelly.
Feels like a big pitch right here, Clay. Schoenfeld's going to get something he can handle. Tardy.
Lofted play. The 1-2. Boy, West Virginia, if you could only bank runs, go back to the series in Lawrence where, you know, runs were coming out of the Mountaineers' ears. Scored 22 in those 3 games. Kelly away from first. Just off the plate, full count.
And that's the added level of spice to this game, Clay. Not only is it for a championship, but I'm sure for Kansas, they didn't appreciate being swept at home in that series.
Goes Kelly, and foul back again. Yeah, it didn't turn into the top 15 showdown that everyone expected at the time. Mountaineers just came in and bullied the Jayhawks. And one of the main reasons that West Virginia is in a position to be a host next week, that was a big series sweep. Ground ball to first. Dykhoff to the bag, inning over. The Mountaineers strand another one. Stretch time and surprise, 2-0 Jayhawks. Welcome back to the desert and the Big 12 Championship on ESPN. Trying to crown a champion here in the Big 12. Game still hangs in the balance as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Kansas 2, West Virginia nothing. The top 2 teams from the regular season. West Virginia's never won this tournament. Kansas hasn't won it in 20 years. Tyson Owens had that solo home run in the first inning. Kansas jumped out the early lead, tacked on another one in the 6th. Reese Bassinger came out of the pen to get West Virginia off the field, so he faced one batter, got Schlotterbeck to ground out. Now he'll start the inning facing Dariel Osorio. 8-9-1 for Kansas. And Mike Rooney, just don't feel like this game is going to end 2-0.
Yeah, it's the offense, the defense has been so exceptional, but we're going to get into the bullpens in this game, and 2 offenses that can work quickly.
One thing I do like about this format, the double bye for the higher seeds protects the teams that really were grinding it out during the regular year and finished with high records. And so these teams at this point, actually their bullpens are in decent shape.
Yeah, just like a regular weekend, right? Like they're playing their 3rd game of a weekend like they would any other time during the season.
It's outside to Osorio, 2-2. This is the 2nd year of this format, and I think based on what we're hearing, everybody likes it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the drama it creates too, just awesome.
Full count. It's Bassinger facing the bottom of this Kansas order. Jayhawks trying to tack on some insurance late in this ballgame. And he walked him. Second year of the format, first year here in Surprise, Arizona, new venue. Last 4 years we've been in Arlington, Texas, home of the Rangers. Now we're in their spring training home, but single elimination. The top 6 seeds received the double bye. Arizona, the defending champs, they did not qualify. Neither did Houston. So 12-team tournament. It's been fun. It started back on Tuesday. Savion Flowers squaring around to bunt and takes a strike.
I like too in this format, Clay, like Kansas State was a good example. Like they were making a run through the, you know, having to play every day, but it's 1 game per day. And obviously, you know, it's much more weather friendly too.
Like Flowers got a piece of his hand there.
No fun, Clay, when you're given the bunt sign and then you wake up in an 0-2 count. That is. That said, Savion Flowers has, his bank account is full right now, Clay. He's made some deposits. You hit a walk-off home run, And how mad can the coach possibly be?
Question here, with the 2-run lead, even though Flowers has 2 strikes, if you're Dan Fitzgerald, do you potentially keep the sacrifice on?
I think the big part of that equation is how good of a bunter is Flowers, which you can only know from being around him every day. I didn't love the first 2 attempts, but the truth is, even swinging here is kind of low percentage.
Flowers is 0 for 1, walked his last time to the plate in the 5th. Top of the order, and Tyson LeBlanc on deck. Bassinger throws over to first.
You know, Clay, the danger for West Virginia is you're just a little deflated because you've had so many chances to score and you haven't, and you've got to fight through that.
Ground ball to first. It goes over Guzman into right field. On his way to third is Osorio. And Kansas has runners at the corners and nobody out for LeBlanc.
Guzman just couldn't get himself in a great spot to deal with this baseball. He's just kind of stuck in no man's land there. In fairness, you just don't have any time at all to react at first base. You can't really come get it. Yeah, that's, I mean, maybe you could just get in front of that, Clay, and body it up. It's probably, if Guzman could do it over again, he would do it.
Air charge to Guzman. Osorio at third, Flowers at first, and Steve Sabins comes out of the West Virginia dugout.
I think this is more of a change the momentum visit, Clay, because I think Bassinger's the right matchup for LeBlanc, if there is such a thing.
Left-hander Ben McDougal appears ready for West Virginia. Tyson LeBlanc with runners on last night. In fact, the bases loaded in a grand slam in the semifinals against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, breaking ball sitting up and kind of top spin it out of here.
And that was an historic home run. Tied the single season school record set by Tony Thompson in 2009. So LeBlanc has a flair for the dramatic.
Got a chance to put a dent in this game right here.
Tyson is 1 for 3. Rips the first pitch from Bassinger into left field. Coasting home is Osorio. 3-0 Kansas.
LeBlanc is the perfect hitter for the situation, Clay, because he's uber aggressive and he handles spin. Tyson LeBlanc, both of those, the home run we just showed you and this hit right here, this is off of Bassinger's slider, which is a good pitch. It's the right play. Runners in first and third, nobody out. You want to be aggressive early on the count. If you can handle it, put it on the field. That is well done.
60th run batted in for Tyson LeBlanc. Man, what a year for the shortstop, for Maurice, Louisiana, finding a new home in Lawrence, Kansas, and he has put the Jayhawks ahead 3-0 here in their 7th in the Big 12 championship.
Clay, are we not going to talk about that there's a water pistol in the Kansas dugout? Like, amazing. Who's in charge of traveling with that?
Who's in charge of carrying all those chains around is what I want to know. Those are some heavy,
look at this,
adornments.
Can you imagine? You have to check that, right? Sir, can I speak to you about this water pistol? Bullpen catcher's got to put that in his bag, I'm thinking.
So Bassinger Stays on the mound, and he'll face Tyson Owens here. Owens with the home run in the first inning, got the scoring started. Pops it up. Oh, and leaning back is Tyrus Hall. He was a little off balance, but makes the catch. Looked like that was going to go over his head.
Boy, we have seen some wacky stuff in this game, Clay. And the other thing is Hall almost zoos this, and the ball almost doesn't get caught. And look at Flowers. Flowers doesn't know what to do at second base. Flowers is fortunate. West Virginia had a crash play on, and so.
That's the first out. And Baldridge comes up. He has a single in 3 trips.
Again, Clay, if you're West Virginia, you know, you're 1 pitch away, ground ball, double play, get in the dugout 3-0. Your offense is capable of that. Good pitch. That's in, but that's a good pitch.
Baldridge, the switch hitter. He came in from Cowley County Community College there in Kansas. Oklahoma native. See the runners. Flowers at second, LeBlanc at first. Off speed pitch for a strike 1 and 2.
Clay, the umpiring in this tournament has been outstanding. I mean, really, really well done throughout this whole week.
And you're so critical normally. Foul tip.
Not really of umpires, more about pitchers that get in the infielder's way. That's what irks me. Is that the verb, irks?
And of course, it's a 6-man crew for this championship. Latondra and Hyman in left and right. Koski, Morris, Mosier on the infield, and Mark Wagers calling the balls and strikes. Two on, 1 out, the 1-2 pitch.
Good pitch. You know, if you're Bassinger, that runner in scoring position, you're trying to miss the bat. You're trying to acquire a punch out.
Long set again for Bassinger. In on the hands, ground ball. Will they get 2? They're going to get 1 at second base as Kresser gets the force out. Flowers to third. And that'll bring up Dykhoff.
Smart play by Kresser. Keep that runner out of scoring position. Clay, it just feels like if you're West Virginia, you got to have this out right here. And now Dykhoff is no picnic, and he's an outstanding RBI guy. 52 on the year. Or should I say 50 on the year.
Big hitter right here.
Last time up, he worked a walk, and it was quite the at-bat, a 9-pitch at-bat against Ian Korn that led to a run in the 6th. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. And got a piece of it. It's hobbled.
It almost hit him in the thumbs. Oh my gosh.
Got him off the knee, I think.
There's no pad for that. Like, that's the back of your leg. Hey.
As they look at Dykhoff, I'm going to remind you about the Yankees and the Royals on your Memorial Day. Some baseball in the afternoon. 3:30 Eastern time. Royals, Yankees kind of scuffling as of late. Yankees in second place in their division.
I'll tell you who's not scuffling, Clay. My fantasy baseball team, Mikhail Garcia, the third baseman for the Royals. On my, how do you say it? I gotta look that up. Michael Garcia. Call him Mike.
He's doing it for you.
Fence Straddlers, the name of my team.
The Fence Straddlers.
Yes. Because I could be more decisive in life.
Runner goes from first. Here's Kelly coming up, and he won't throw.
Dang it.
Cade Baldridge gets to second. Now base hit would score 2. I know you wanted to see Gavin Kelly unleash, but was that the smart play to hold it?
That was, in fact, the smart play. Yep. 2 outs. Now you can pitch to Dykhoff with the base open and a full defense. That's the right play.
14 homers on the year for Dykhoff.
Oh.
And this one pulled, well foul.
If you're Bassinger, you're like, oh yeah, I see you limping around, then hitting the ball 700 feet off of me. Great.
Senior from Bluffton, Minnesota. Just proves if you're a good enough ball player, they'll find you no matter where you are.
Even if you're in the hinterland.
Crookston, Minnesota. 1-2 pitch. Oh. This one is charged. Deep right center field. That is gone. 3-run homer for Dykhoff. And Kansas has blown this game open.
Goodness gracious. Josh Dykhoff, his last 2 at-bats, Clay, are the difference in this game. The 9-pitch walk. Hits one off his knee and then vaporizes the ball to right center field.
A little Kirk Gibson there.
Yeah.
Limping around the bases. 458 feet. The exit velocity 113. And that's going to do it for Bassinger, as Josh Dykhoff just mashed his 15th home run of the year. Kansas now with a 6-run lead in the Big 12 title game.
Fastball up, Josh Dykhoff. We are leaving the building. Goodness, Clay, that's not a little bit out of here.
Remember, this is a Kansas team that was licking its wounds after that series in Lawrence against West Virginia a couple of weeks ago, but it's all Kansas now here in the 7th. There's the trophy that West Virginia, Kansas playing for.
Sharp. It's a beaut, Clay.
And there's no, dew or condensation on it because we're in the dry air of Arizona this year. Last year we were in Texas. It was very humid.
The trophy was sweating. Oh.
This one is smashed. Moon Garrietta making a bid. Goodbye home run. Back-to-back jacks here in the 7th. And it's 7-0 Kansas. Dawson Montesa, first pitch he throws, coming in relief. And Moon Garrietta launches one to left. Now the umpires are having a conversation. They've just called Dan Fitzgerald out.
Oh, Clay, if they toss Moon Garrietta, he could be suspended for a regional game. Please tell me that's not what's going to happen here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on.
Here's the swing from Augie Moon Garrietta.
The bat flip. Oh. Looked like think Augie Munguerieta's saying, my bad. Like, now, Clay, the bat flip, you can't flip your bat towards the opposing dugout. I would not call that an egregious bat flip by Munguerieta. And, like, if you ask Steve Sabins, he would say, don't kick that kid out of this game.
Jordan Bach, he launches one to right. We'll see if it stays in the ballpark. It will not. 3 straight homers for Kansas. Jordan Bach. He takes Montez a yard. And it's 8-0.
Goodness.
Seventh home run of the year for Bach. His second run batted in tonight. Man, they're going to have to make more chains.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, Clay, this is what championship pedigree looks like. And in fairness, West Virginia was brilliant all week. And I thought really won the first part of this game. They just couldn't score. They just couldn't finish innings. Oh, boy.
Scalded to left center field. Schoenfeld can't make the catch. Schlotterback. Stand-up double. This is the Bach home run, the 3rd in a row by the Jayhawks.
The ball's really moving right now, and he got it airborne. Been 4 lasers in a row.
Dariel Osorio started this inning. So Kansas has batted around here in the 7th. They've scored 6 times. And the good news for Kansas is that Munguerieta, that was just a warning. It's a scary warning, but a warning nonetheless.
Yeah. Yep.
It won't affect the Jayhawks next weekend. Fly ball, right field. Going to be a tough play. Will's coming in. He'll call everybody off and make the catch. And that finally ends the 7th. 6 runs, 3 homers for the Jayhawks. 8-0 now here in Surprise. The selection special coming up at high noon on Memorial Day on ESPN2. Mike Rooney will be in studio with Matt Schick and KP, Kyle Peterson. Here's our bracket. Kansas and West Virginia, the top 2 teams from the regular season in the Big 12, playing for the title here tonight. And Kansas has now opened up an 8-run lead late. The 7th inning did it. Look at that. Dykhoff, Munguerieta, and Bach back-to-back homers. 3-run shot by Dykhoff, kind of taking the wind out of the sails of West Virginia, but Kansas wasn't done. With that said, Dan Fitzgerald has decided to bring on his closer, Bodie Ray, taking no chances here in the 8th.
Yeah, I mean, they want this championship, Clay. There's no doubt.
9 saves on the year for Ray. This is obviously not a save situation. Sean Smith, leadoff hitter. 0-2 to Smith. 6 hits in the tournament, but none tonight. Reached on a hit by pitches last time to play. Let's see if West Virginia can chip away. Called strike 3. Good start for Ray. On a breaking ball. Gets Smith to go down looking. Bodie Ray is a good one.
Yeah, and you talk to Dan Fitzgerald about Bodie Ray, and it's not just that he's been such a great pitcher, but everything that you love about college sports. He's just an elite student. Fitz told us a hilarious story. He said Bodie Ray sometimes for his academics, he's late to practice, and he said when he's at a lab and he's late to practice, that's good for America, because he's probably going to be building something that we'll all be driving on someday. That changeup.
One strike to Matthew Gravlin. The Ohio State transfer at a base hit. Excuse me, this is a pinch hitter. Gravlin getting pinch hit 4. And this is Ben Lumsden. Veteran of Simpsonville, South Carolina. 216, no homers, 7 runs batted in for Lumsden. He ropes it, but right to Dykoff for the second out. Kansas getting closer to the first Big 12 title since they won it in 2006. Go, Guzman. Guzman is 0 for 2. And regardless of what happens here tonight, Mike, both of these teams in really good shape. The outcome of this game, even before it started, probably wasn't going to change much.
No, I mean, for the resumes for hosting, if maybe you could argue that Kansas needed this more than West Virginia, but I'd love both hosting resumes. Wow.
3 up, 3 down, a couple of strikeouts for Bodie Ray in the 8th. Nothing Kansas as they get ready to hit again here in the bottom of the 8th. So on Monday, the 16 1 seeds obviously will be at home, and Kansas, West Virginia projected to be 1 seeds. You see UCLA, what a year they have had out of the Big Ten. Likely going to be the #1 overall seed.
Tell you, Clay, Oregon is up 7-0 on Nebraska in the semis of the Big Ten. I don't think Kansas and Nebraska are in a good place there, and I think Nebraska's got a great resume too. I wonder if Mississippi State gets exchanged for Oregon. Mississippi State's already gone from Hoover, and Oregon got a chance to earn a way to the finals in the Big Ten tournament. They already have a great resume.
How about Southern Miss out of the the non-Power 4 schools? What a year for the Eagles.
That group does an awesome job. Southern Miss can really pitch.
Savion Flowers leading it off here for Kansas. As this game changed complexion last inning. To 6 runs for Kansas. Back-to-back homers by Dykoff, Mungarieta, and Bach.
Savion Flowers at bat started really poorly last time. 2 failed bunt attempts, and then the E3, and it was out of control from there.
The inning started with a leadoff walk, and that always is a problem. Never bodes well, and it just unraveled from there.
Just look at the data, Clay.
Schoenfeld, he'll camp under it, make the catch, and Flowers is the first out. Carson Estridge, 4th pitcher to work here for West Virginia tonight. 6'7" senior, making his 18th appearance.
Yeah, one of their veterans, Clay, it did not go well for Carson Estridge last night. He faced 2 batters and walked 2, and he's important. I think this is Steve Saban's showing confidence in one of his veteran bullpen arms and wanting him to get that taste out of his mouth and get back out there and compete.
Tyson LeBlanc had an RBI single in the 7th. A couple of hits tonight. 60 runs batted in on the year. What an amazing stat line for LeBlanc, leading the Jayhawks in all of those Triple Crown categories, plus stolen bases. Lawrence, Kansas is going to turn out for a regional. That place is going to be hopping. First time hosting a regional. Kansas can indeed get that announcement on Monday. And just think about what that does for the growth of college baseball. That's a new location where, you know, some fans can take in NCAA tournament baseball in May.
Yeah, that's going to be an incredible atmosphere, both of them.
Little flare. It's going to be a tough play. Diving. Kresser can't get there. 3rd hit for LeBlanc. So the selection show is on Monday, Memorial Day. The regionals will start on Friday, Supers the following weekend, and then of course the College World Series. So for the next month, lock in. Best time of year for college baseball fans.
Clay, Sunday night before the selection show, Coach Rooney is going to get about 0 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
It's not a good night's sleep. It's like 7-year-old me Christmas Eve. We're not going to be well rested, but we're going to be awfully excited.
Is it because you're crunching the numbers or just excited?
More excited, but I do kind of obsess about what I think is going to happen, which is hilarious because I literally have no team.
Tyson Owens, he had the home run back in the 1st inning, the first of 4 tonight for Kansas. Up and in. Tyson Owens, really good tournament. 2 big home runs. He had 1 on Thursday, 1 here tonight. Got the offense going. It's a strike, 2-1.
There's a big statement in this game today, Clay, because I think West Virginia, who they are, is already well documented. You know, 2 straight super regionals. I don't think anyone's questioning the legitimacy. I know they're not, of West Virginia. But I do worry a little bit about Kansas. You know, they didn't do great in the Fayetteville Regional last year. And, you know, when West Virginia went up there and swept them a few weeks ago, you worry that people start to wonder, oh, did Kansas beat up on the lesser teams in the league, blah, blah, blah. Well, clearly we've seen today, this is an outstanding Kansas team.
Kansas won 8 Big 12 weekends. And there was a stretch between March and into May where they won 7 straight. And that's, you know, before West Virginia came to Lawrence. But they won 20 of 22 league games at one point.
Yeah, and 27 of 30 overall. And they play good teams in the midweek.
Runner goes. That's fouled off. Ooh, and that got a piece of Gavin Kelly again. Remember, he got hit by a pitch earlier tonight. It's been a tough night physically for Kelly.
He's a tough dude, man. He's not just a great athlete. Like, to your point, Clay, oh my gosh, that is just off the shoulder. Only a flesh wound.
Fly ball to center. And there are 2 away. Looking ahead to the West Virginia 9th, Kresser, Wills, and Hall, 7, 8, and 9. Steve Sabins comes out. He's going to make another pitching change.
I like this, Clay. Get Art Estridge back out there, get him feeling good, and give somebody else a chance. That's very smart.
Used 3 relievers already here tonight. And the 4th is making his way to the mound here in Surprise. 8-0 Kansas in the 8th inning. There's Dan Fitzgerald. His team won the regular season. Big 12 Coach of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. Steve Sabins, just 39 years old, another young, exciting head coach doing wonderful things in Morgantown, West Virginia. It's been a tough night for the Mountaineers offense.
And again, Clay, they played so well this week. You know, regardless of this result and however this turns out, West Virginia was very impressive in this tournament.
JT Huther is on to pitch now for West Virginia. Baldridge 1 for 4 in this one. Single back in the 4th inning. 8 runs on 11 hits for the Jayhawks.
It's interesting, Clay. The whole Big 12 feels very interesting to me in the postseason. Like this league, you think about Arizona last year, winning the Eugene Regional and then going to the Chapel Hill Regional and beating a ferocious North Carolina team. This league feels dangerous.
Huther walks Baldridge. So the SEC has won the last 6 national championships. They're projected to have 12 bids. Is this the year that maybe the Big 12, maybe the ACC, another league gets in there and claims a title?
Yeah. I mean, look at those teams, Clay. Cincinnati, very difficult to play with their bunt game, their run game, be their 2nd regional row. Oklahoma State, I think they've got just enough pitching and a very dangerous position player group. Arizona State, you could argue, is the most talented team in the league when you just think about pro tools and draft, and the front of your roster is Landon Hairston and Cole Carlone. What if TCU can get healthy for the regional?
Swing and a miss by Dykoff. Try and add to his night.
Think about, Clay, think about Arizona State. I mean, this team, Cole Carlone, their left-handed pitcher, is going to be a top 50 pick. And then Landon Hairston could win the Golden Spikes Award.
Landon Hairston, a .420 hitter. Program record for home runs at Arizona State with 28. Close to 80 runs batted in. Yeah, easy choice for Big 12 Player of the Year. Wouldn't be shocked if he won the Golden Spikes too.
Yep. I'm super excited to see how the Big 12 teams, first of all, how it all shakes out, where everybody gets sent, minus Kansas and West Virginia.
Pitcher covering, and they're not going to get the out. Runner's going to score, and it's 9-0 as LeBlanc comes in. We've seen that be a tough play to execute tonight.
I mean, you know, this one just feels like the concentration level wasn't great, but anytime you're trying to throw a baseball to a pitcher on the run, yeah, that's. And again, Clay, in fairness, Armani Guzman's played a lot of first base this year, but that's not his. You know, he's going to go into professional baseball and play the outfield, I think.
Yeah, rare 2-error night for Guzman.
But that error is related to the score of the game, in my opinion.
Moon Garrietta, the last time up, blasted his 15th home run of the year.
And Clay, I want to say it again. On that home run, the umpire showed great feel and discretion on. Like, that was not a showmanship bat flip. That was really well handled.
He strikes out. Inning is over. Last chance for West Virginia. They need 9. Kansas getting close to raising a trophy in the Big 12. Nine to nothing Kansas. West Virginia 9 left on. 3 inning-ending double plays for the Kansas defense when the game was still hanging in the balance, keeping West Virginia off the board, keeping momentum on the side of the Jayhawks. And now they need just 3 outs to win the championship of this Big 12 tournament after winning the regular season. Max Melessa is going to pinch hit to start the inning here for the Mountaineers. Bodie Ray gets a pop-up in foul ground for Melessa, and there's Dykhoff. Jeez. Again with his back to the infield, another over-the-shoulder catch for the first out.
Guess he's good at those.
Again, that play in the 6th inning that kept, West Virginia from scoring. They had the bases loaded there too with 1 out, and that almost turned into a double play to end the inning.
Yeah, that was Kansas really, their defense, to your point, Clay, was outrageously good in this game.
Brock Wills 1 for 2. Single back in the 5th. West Virginia, what a year. 39 wins. Finished 1 game behind Kansas despite the sweep in Lawrence. 21-9. And should be playing at home next weekend.
Cannot wait to see another regional in Morgantown. The one in 2019 was awesome, and the program has matured so much even since then.
Bouncer over the mound, kind of Karams funny off the mound, and they're not going to get Brock Wills. So a 1-out base runner here for West Virginia. And another pinch hitter. Ryan Maggie is going to come up here in the 9 hole, batting for Tyrus Hall. This will be the 6th NCAA tournament in the last 10 years for West Virginia Bruins. 17th overall. Randy Mazey, did a great job with the program when he was in charge. Turns it over to Steve Sabins, and still going great guns. And a well-rounded team, especially pitching and defense.
Yeah, West Virginia they can beat you so many different ways. And again, Clay, for when they entered the Big 12, it felt pretty ominous. Didn't feel like it was a program that was ready to make a step up like that in any way, investment-wise, what was happening on the field. It wasn't like they were at the top of the Big East, and now you look up and they're one of the top tier programs in the Big 12, which is one of the best baseball conferences in the country.
Runners off, 2 strikes. Defensive indifference there. One and 2 on Maggie. Struck him out. And now the Mountaineers down to their last out. This will be the 17th national tournament appearance again for West Virginia. They won regionals on the road in recent years, and first super regional appearances in program history the last couple of years. Should be poised to make a deep run again.
Yeah, they've got every element that you want in a deep team, but yeah, winning the Tucson regional and then winning that Clemson regional last year. Something to be said for when your players go into a regional and not overwhelmed, just feeling like, yeah, this is kind of what we do. We win these weekends.
They've got Max Yale out there in front. Hit to center by Heinisch, and that's the ball game. The Kansas Jayhawks win the regular season and the Big 12 tournament. Champions here in 2026 in the Big 12. First conference title in 20 years in this tournament.